This is Chicago's very own WGN News at noon.
Keeping your treasured memories safe and preserved. We're learning framing tricks of the trade up next. Do you have a shoebox or a bigger box in your home filled with important things that you treasure so much that unfortunately they're sitting under your bed? Well, what can you fit inside a frame and really just display it for everyone and move your own heart when you walk by it? That's right. Can you really do it yourself? So that is the big question.
That's the question. Can you do it yourself?
And Jan Marion is here from Marion Framing Studios, and you're going to help us out.
Yes. What we need to do is motivate ourselves to pull that shoebox off the top shelf, because sky's the limit in terms of what people are looking to put on their walls.
And you can enjoy it so much more. I was telling you, I have a sweater that I knitted for my baby daughter, and I have a picture of her when she came home from the hospital in it. She's turning 4, and I still have not put it into a frame. So motivate me. Tell me that I can do it and show me how.
Okay. Here's an example of framing something that's current. Obviously, it's an important point in our nation's history. We're seeing a lot of Obama commemoration. Something like this goes back a little further. This is what was in Grandma's coin purse.
Oh, look at that.
And this is very meaningful to somebody.
Now, how do you get the depth in there in order to do that?
Well, that's a secret. We use a special glass that's called museum glass, and it's practically invisible. So we're able to get this depth without any visible means of support.
So there are layers of glass in there.
Well, you talked my secret out of me.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is not something that you can do at home?
This would be very difficult for somebody to do at home. Okay. And again, it's not just glass, it's a special glass.
Okay, so that's something we need the professionals to do. Is there something that is a little easier for us to do at home, or?
Well, you know, a lot of these things, for example, on the end, you've got some wall pockets. These are things that are accessible at a thrift shop or possibly an antique store. And now the question is, how do you display it? So somebody has to have some creative vision. And if you're that person, great. If you're not, then you probably need a design professional.
That's really interesting, because those are kind of knickknacks that you would think about sitting on a shelf and you run out of space. But you have plenty of wall space in your house, typically, that you could fill up with real interesting things like that.
Right. As a knickknack on the shelf, they're gone. They're lost.
Everyone wants to relive their days playing. If they're adults now and they played back in high school, if you're a proud mother. So what would you do with this if I brought it in and say?
Again, these are, these could be the glory days. And again, it's just a matter of arranging them. We suggest to our clients to bring in more than you're really going to use. A couple of photographs, some artifacts, and then we have a design session and we edit and we come up with just the right design. Whether it's stamp collection or, something from Grandpa's closets, or on the floor you see you've got military medals is very popular today because we're losing a lot of our World War II vets. And this is a very heartfelt way to show appreciation.
And I love the way that you combine that then with the photographs as well. Do you ever send people back home to do more homework if they brought something in, like, say, this pocket watch that we have up on the desk here? Then would you say, okay, go home and get a picture of the person with it or something like that? What are some ideas that you give to people to beef these up, to make them even more meaningful inside this frame?
Well, we had a client that was, her father was a chef. So she had all his old recipes, and I suggested, well, again, get the photograph of him, and let's put some props in there. They don't necessarily have to be old props, but some wooden stir spoons and things like that to really finish out the presentation. Something like this, for example, jersey, fairly common thing for today, but the question is, A, can you do it yourself? And B, what sort of design?
Right. And over here, you put it in with pictures and some winning photographs as well.
Right. You can put medals in there. The first step is, what design? How do you lay it out? Obviously, if you laid the sleeves like this, you'd need a mansion. You don't have enough wall space, and it's going to be very expensive because it's going to be large.
Right, so you can help with all of that. And you actually put some tips on our website that you say are going to motivate me as well. So I thank you so much for coming in, Jen. You had some great ideas, more tips on the website. Here's a telephone number where you can reach them, or we'll link you up on our website, WGNTV.com/midday.